Okay, you're live.
Hello, everybody. I'd like to call the Parks and Rec Advisory Board special meeting to order. It is 5:32. Let's do introductions first. I am Cassie McClure, District 1.
Megan Schuler, District 6.
Eric Montgomery, District 5.
Admin email.
Standing Goal, District 4.
And if we could have staff introduce themselves as well.
Sonia Delgado, Parks and Recreation Director.
Hazel Nevada's Office Manager, Parks and Recreation.
Franco Granillo, Parks Administrator.
Rudy Trevino, Parks Operations District Manager.
This is Sridevi, Architect, Public Works.
Jennifer Morrow, Engineer Administrator for Public Works.
Ceci Vasconcelos, Community Engagement.
Is that it? Or do we have the guests introduce themselves as well? Or
Yep, this is Robert Williams with ASA Architects.
Hi, this is Kelly Heyer with ASA Architects.
anybody else? Are we good? I can't tell. Wish I could check mark these people in these little chairs. Okay. Yes, no? I see you.
Yes, I think we're good.
Good? Okay. All right, let's ask for a conflict of interest for any of the chairperson, member, board, staff, city people. Do we have any conflict of interest?
None.
Okay. Anybody? All right, I'm gonna let that go. All right, I'm looking for a approval of the agenda. Does everybody have that?
Madam Chair, I move to accept the agenda.
Do I have a second?
Madam Chair, this is Standing Goal. I second.
I have a motion and I have a second. Do we vote? Yeah. Oh, wait, do we discuss that? Is that a discussion item? No. Okay, so yes.
Call for the vote.
For a vote.
All right, let's call for a vote. All in favor, approving the agenda?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, so approved. Is there anybody here for public participation? I don't think so, right?
I don't even know what
Madam Chair, this is Sonia Delgado. I don't have any emails. I'm going to look again. If I get any others during the meeting, I will bring them forward.
Does anybody kind of monitor the YouTube stream randomly as we're doing this?
No, we'll go back and look at those after, but
Okay.
not during the meeting.
Okay. All right, so let's go to number 5, action items. 5.1, Burn Lake Dog Park Goat Bond Project. Not sure if he's going to be doing that. Tony?
I believe Sridevi will be introducing the consultant.
Okay.
Thank you, Sonia. Good evening, Madam Chair and board members. This is Sridevi, Architect with Public Works, City of Las Cruces. This evening we'll be presenting Rinconata and Burn Lake Dog Park for your approval. So let me go ahead and introduce Ms. Kelly, who will be presenting this evening. Ms. Kelly is Senior Architect with ASA Architects working on this project. Kelly, I request you to please go ahead and present. Thank you.
Okay, let me share my screen really quickly. Sorry, I had to security and privacy. Okay. Sri, would you like us to do Burn Lake first or Rinconata first?
Let's start with Rinconata, Kelly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Oh. Okay, here we go.
I'm sorry, can I interrupt really quickly? This is Standing Goal District 4. If we do Rinconada, then we're not actually following the agenda.
Okay.
We have to do Burn Lake first, I would think.
Okay.
Okay. Either one, I just wanted to know which one to pull up first. Okay.
Thank you, Stan. I wasn't going to say nothing.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so this first presentation is for the City of Las Cruces Barn Lake Dog Park. Today is August 4th. My name is Kelly Heyer, Senior Architect with ASA Architects. And what we'll be talking about today is a subset of the, hold on, I got some timing issues going on here. I think we're gonna just do it this way. So sorry for the technical difficulties here. So what we'll be talking about today is a subset of dog parks, which was a part of the overall parks and sports fields improvements and additions. That was one of the Go Bond questions back that was voted on in 2018. So you'll see there that it says dog parks and 2 acres worth of dog parks. And it has been decided that each, the dog parks will be split into 2 1-acre dog parks. And the one we'll be discussing here shortly is the Burn Lake Dog Park. So here's an existing aerial of the Burn Lake Park as it is today. What you can see there is the existing soccer fields, as well as to the south, which would be the existing restrooms and the playground area. And to the right of that soccer fields is the existing gravel parking area. And then just further to the right of that is the proposed location for the new 1-acre size dog park. And this dog park will include large and small dog parking or park areas. And zooming into the proposed site plan, you can see here a little bit better. To the southern portion or to the northern portion is the small dog area. And to the southern portion is the large dog area. This is such that larger dogs need some more room to play and to run. So it's meant so that they have a little bit more maneuvering space than the small dogs do. So they slightly take up a little bit more space of that 1-acre area. So in the, as you approach into the dog park areas, either the small dog or the large dog area, there's a vestibule, which is before you reach each of the park areas from the parking lots. This allows for safety as well as some control over the ingress and egress from the park. That way dogs and your pets won't necessarily just run out into the parking lot. This vestibule is meant to help control that. As well as entering into the park, you can use this vestibule space to then let your dog off the leash or simply just slowly approach into each of the dog park areas. So in addition to the dog park areas, what's included are 2 shade structures, 1 in each area for shading purposes, as well as any kind of recreation underneath that may occur inside the dog parks when you're there. In addition to that, we also have drinking fountains and various play equipment, which I'll get into here in a little bit. The dog park consists of perimeter fencing as well as a fence line that biparts between the small and the large dog areas. Also, you can see here are water conscious landscaping, and as well as some small portion of paved parking, as well as some paved areas at the drinking fountains and the entries. We included some dog park dog bone symbols to help you understand where you are, as well as announcing the entry and the locations of the drinking fountains. We do have a small portion of parking, which is mostly meant for ease of access, as well as for ADA access into and out of the dog park. So here are some examples of the types of play equipment that will be inside the dog park. It includes a photo booth frame for taking pictures with your furry friends, as well as some agility and tunnel equipment that can help people and their pets be able to practice agility and exercise within the park. Here are some examples of the shade structures that I mentioned earlier that will be inside the park, as well as seating, signage, waste receptacles for both trash and for poo bag type trash, and as well as the drinking fountains I was referring to earlier. These are drinking fountains that can be used by both people and their pets. So the dog park, the Burn Lake Dog Park, as well as the Rinconata Dog Park, and I'll cover this in both presentations, they have a combined maximum allowable construction budget of $800,000. With each dog park being approximately the same in size, it will be likely that combined maximum allowable construction cost will be split evenly between the two parks. From there, our design schedule is to finish the design and construction document drawings for permit. And then once it is publicly advertised and a contractor has been selected, then the construction will begin. Once we've selected a contractor and they are on board, we will provide a construction phase schedule and be able to determine how long that construction phase will be, as well as the future opening of the park. Shri, do you want me to add any comments about the public input comments we have since received for the board for consideration?
Yes, ma'am, please go ahead.
Okay, so the Burn Lake Park has been presented, this exact same presentation to the public for input. And we did get a lot of responses, really great turnout. And most of the comments were regarding requesting if the parks could include nighttime lighting so that the parks could be used at night, as well as some areas that were grass and would require grass lawn irrigation as well. So we've since discussed this with the Parks and Rec board or department for their feedback about that. And that's just to let you know that that's what has happened overall. The comments were very well received, and everyone seems to be very excited about the dog parks. I think that's all I have, unless somebody wants to add. Sonia, do you want to add anything else about some of the public input comments?
Madam Chair, members of the board, Sonia Delgado, Director of Parks and Recreation. We haven't gotten any other comments other than what Ms. Hare had to offer. And we also are looking in the admin email at the moment, but we don't have anything. We didn't have anything prior to the meeting started, and we don't have anything at the moment. So if we have anything else, we'll bring it forward.
So what were the considerations for the nighttime and the having some lawn there? Was that?
Well, currently all our parks are dawn to dusk. And we know that they've had some requests to have our dog parks with lighting for the evening time. But we've been having some issues with that. We can have some security lighting, but not regular lighting. We can change that, of course. That's definitely something, if you want us to consider that, is to look at that and to see if we can have those changes made. But at this moment in time, all the parks are from dawn to dusk, and we don't have anyone who can help patrol if there were some safety issues or safety concerns. We don't have that service at the moment. But it's certainly something we can look into if the board would like for us to do that.
And that would kind of eat into the cost then too, right?
Absolutely.
Does the board have any questions? Megan, maybe? Guess how you...
Yes, Madam Chairman, and Mrs. Heyer, my only one question and consideration, and this might, I don't know the cost, but I think we should hopefully maybe shy away from asphalt or something to that effect in the parking. I'm sure that's maybe been a consideration already, but if we're not putting up nighttime lighting, you know, we're in the extreme heat conditions as we are right now. So just in consideration for the parking lot footings to make sure that they are not heat absorbent in our current proposal.
That's a great consideration. We certainly have the hardscape areas where we have the parking as well as sidewalks, and the paved areas at the shade structures and the drinking fountains are all concrete, not black asphalt. So they are much lighter type of material. So they certainly will not absorb the heat and have that heat island effect you're referring to. In addition to that, I did say there were comments about having grassy lawn, which would require additional irrigation for that. We do have drip irrigation for the planting that you see proposed here for mostly trees and larger shrubs, things that will have much better time with maintenance and longevity of the park. And then the overall material itself, just the ground surface will be a crusher fine material. So it won't just be dirt, but it will not be, currently it's not proposed to be grass lawn either.
I appreciate your comments, and I think I would address my question or my concern directly to the parking lot area. As pets are getting in and out of vehicles is where I think that you have it set really nice in the actual park, but just to look at the concern of the actual parking lot area. If there is a way to do that and still meet ADA compliances without a black or heat absorbing material.
Sure.
Anyone else have questions, comments? All righty. So this is what are we going for, a motion to send this to City Council? I don't understand.
Madam Chair, Sonia Delgado, Parks and Recreation Director. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do I have a motion?
Madam Chairman, I move that we accept the proposal and pass this on to City Council for Burn Lake Dog Park.
Do I have a second?
I'll second. This is Eric.
Okay. Any discussion? And we go for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Okay.
Aye.
So moved then. All right, let's go on to the Rinconata Dog Park.
Okay, so Rinconata Dog Park, this will be the formal presentation for the City of Las Cruces Rinconata Dog Park. Similar to what we've reviewed with the previous presentation, again, this is a subset of the parks and sports fields improvements that was approved a part of the Go-Bon projects in 2018. We first discussed the Burn Lake Park. It was decided that the dog parks would be split into two 1-acre parks, and now we'll be discussing the Rinconata Dog Park located on Rinconata Boulevard. So here's an aerial image of the Rinconata Dog Park location. What you can see here is that it's along Rinconata Boulevard and close to the intersection of Rinconata and Highway 70. What you can also notice here is that there is other facilities on the same site. being the existing Animal Services Center as well as its new addition. And then you can see located just northwest of that is the location for the new Rinconata Dog Park. This dog park is approximately 1 acre in size, and it is important to note that this is a public dog park. There is no connection or association with the Animal Services Center. No animals from the Animal Services Center will be using this dog park, and no animals from the city or otherwise public will be sharing that space with the Animal Services Center. It just so happens that they happen to be next to one another. So zooming into the site plan for the Rinconata Dog Park, you can see here, again, it has a large dog park area as well as a small dog area. Again, here trying to create enough space for large dogs to be able to run and roam in a much larger space than what's required for small dogs. Here, yeah, you can see the limits of the small dog area, and then to the north would be the large dog area. Similar to the Burn Lake Dog Park, we also have this entry and exit vestibule for both the small and large dog play areas. Again, for safety and security for both dogs as well as people entering and exiting the park. And in addition to that, we do have shade structures in each of the dog areas, as well as drinking fountains, which you can see located where the paw prints are. And the main difference between the two dog parks is this dog park does have a dedicated restroom structure that is situated right between the two dog areas, which can allow for anyone inside either park or anyone inside either park to be able to access those restrooms without having to exit the park altogether. In addition to that, we do also have a small paved parking area as well as paving and paving designs to announce the entry, as well as the drinking fountain areas with dog paw prints. The parking area is meant for ease of access as well as for ADA accessibility. This park is, as well as Burn Lake Park, are ADA accessible between the parking lot all the way to shade structures and restroom spaces. Here are the examples, same examples of the types of equipment that will be inside the dog park with the play photo booth frames, the agility jump bars, and the play tunnel for pictures, as well as agility and training of your pets while you're inside the dog park. And here are the same examples for the shade structures that will be inside the dog park, the seating, as well as the types of signage that you'll see, waste bins, and the drinking fountains. Again, these drinking fountains will be used for both people as well as their pets. So in summation, the Rinconata Dog Park also has the same combined maximum allowable construction cost of $800,000. Again, to reiterate, both dog parks, Rinconata as well as Burn Lake, are approximately the same in size. So we anticipate that MAC will be able to be split evenly between the two parks. The design schedule for this dog park is consistent with the Burn Lake Dog Park in that we are currently finishing construction document drawings and for permitting, and then it will be advertised for bid where a contractor will be selected. Once that contractor has been selected, we'll have a better understanding of what the construction phase will be, how long that construction phase will be, and ultimately to be able to determine the opening day for that dog park, for Rinconata Dog Park. Any questions?
Do we have any questions? I think Megan might have the same sort of question about maybe the dog paw.
Yeah, absolutely. Just in consideration on this one, the same thing is just a non-heat absorbing on the parking lot for the cars. So just to make that note in the minutes.
Hi, I was also, Madam Chair, how are you doing?
Good.
Kelly, good presentations. With this one as well, I know it's kind of closer to the street, and there are also lights along that street. Any other additional lights or room for lights in this particular dog park?
That's a great question. Currently, to both dog parks to be consistent with the Burn Lake Dog Park, site lighting, general site lighting has not been included in the proposal that you've seen just now this evening. We do have occupancy sensor lighting inside the restrooms, but that is that's the only area where we have lighting, simply because you'll need to be able to see once you close the door to go to the restroom. And there are 2 restrooms provided in that structure. So if one is occupied, another one is available. Both are unisex. But to answer your question, no additional site lighting has been provided.
Okay. So in the aspect of, this is not more of a staff question with Ms. Delgado, but since our parks are dawn to dusk, how do you patrol them if people are coming in with their dogs after dark? Are there seasonal hours on our existing dog park?
Madam Chair, board members, Sonia Delgado, Parks and Recreation Director. What we do is we don't have staff that are on board after hours. So if there are any issues, they usually get calls to codes that'll go down if there happens to be an issue. We do close that park up, and obviously it does get dark. We do have some minimal lighting that's out there. You can kind of see where you're at and get to a place, but there's not enough lighting as per se, like if you were at the ballpark or if you were at any of the other facilities that have adequate lighting for you to be able to enjoy the facilities that are there. But we can certainly look at the future and see if we can find funding later down the road if, in fact, we do want to have lighting for these facilities moving forward.
And then being so close to the street on Rinconata, is there any safety concerns for either dogs when they get out of the car before they get into the fenced area, or accidentally get out of the fenced area? I think on the diagram is kind of right on the street, correct?
I don't know if Kelly can talk about how close it is to that street and where exactly the dogs would be coming in relation to that street.
Sure. So what you can see here, there is along the Rinconata Boulevard, there is a landscape buffer to help reduce that adjacency that you're referring to, because Rinconata can be a busy street. That fence, the perimeter fencing for both dog parks is a substantial 6-foot fence. And that additional landscape buffer will help protect dogs from exiting, underneath the fence or something like that. However, there will be maintenance involved to make sure that any issues get addressed. As it pertains to entering and exiting the dog parks, that's sort of why we have the entry and exit vestibules, which areas you can see highlighted in yellow there, directly adjacent to the parking area. Unfortunately, we do not have any kind of gate at the Rinconata entrance to help gate in any dogs from escaping from the car to that entry vestibule. However, we have situated it in such a way that it is as close as it can possibly be to help limit that from happening. Again, this entry vestibule is meant to also be that buffer between exiting the dog park back to your car. This space is often used a lot for people that may not have their dog on a leash inside the large portion of the dog area, and then use that vestibule as the time to put the leash back on their dog before they walk them to the car.
Do we have any other questions, concerns? All right, do we have a motion to city council? No?
Madam Chair, I move that we accept the proposal for Rinconata Dog Park and move it forward to City Council to take in the considerations that were brought up by the board.
How
I
about a
second that.
All righty.
I second.
Can we do, is there any discussion needed? No? All right, let's call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Aye.
one more. Stan,
I said aye. You didn't hear?
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh,
and I. All right.
I
Approved.
count twice.
Okay, all right.
It would help when you vote to say your name so I know exactly who's voting or giving that vote.
It was unanimous.
We're all good. Yeah. All righty. Anything else before we adjourn? Nope. Thank you for the presentations.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. And can I get a motion for adjournment? Then?
Madam Chair, this is Eric. I move that we adjourn.
Second. Where? Robert, I see you.
Madam Chair,
I was going to go back. I was going to go back to discussion and see if any other public comment, because watching on YouTube, and I know
Oh, good.
Cassie, you're looking on YouTube as well, and then one asked, but someone commenting on look at the administration emails. Can the administration check and see if there are any other emails regarding? I think it was the light. Do you see that, Cassie?
Yeah, I see it now. Sonia, maybe Hazel.
Madam Chair, Sonia Delgado, Director Parks and Recreation. We'll check right now if you just give us a minute or two.
Okay.
Madam Chair, this is Sonia Delgado, Director Parks and Recreation. Neither I or Hazel are seeing anything, but I've been having some issues today uploading things. I am not at the office and neither is Hazel. We're both working remotely, but I can certainly check those out and send them to you after.
Let me just ask real quick, because I think this Ryan Armendariz is watching. Okay, do you know what email you sent it to, Ryan, so we can make sure? See if he chats back at us. Or at least get it on record. And Gregory Shabadnik said too about that there may be lights that I guess not true at baseball fields in New Mesa Park to come, about night lighting and seasonal hours. So I'm
just a heads up, there's about a minute delay between us and the actual YouTube stream.
Oh, okay. Well then, I don't know if we want to wait for that or if we want to continue on.
Well, I think in the aspect, because that's just my concern on aspect of make sure all the public input is brought forward, and we already did vote on it. So, but I would like, I know it's just kind of preliminary processes of moving it forward and still time to get comments to the appropriate people. So I think going back to where we were, I think motion was made, but I'll let Cassie take it over.
So let's, if Ryan hears us, send us another email, let us know that their comment's coming, and we're going to go ahead and move forward with it. And Sonia, if you could forward his comments to all of us, that would be great.
I will, Board Chair. Yes, ma'am.
Alrighty, so now I'm calling for adjournment for real.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Okay.
Second.
All right.
Eric.
No discussion, right? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Eric.
Stan.
Aye, Robert.
Okay, I heard Stan that time too. And me, Cassie. All right. Have a good night then. Bye.
Motion
Thank you,
adjourned.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you.
Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your evening.
Good night.
Thanks, Kelly.